I just got off the call with a new client. He just joined the program today. We actually had a call that went over, an hour. It went almost 2 hours. And so we talked about so much stuff because the thing is that he didn't want to just ask for price right away because he didn't know if what I was offering was even, qualified, right? And I didn't know if his specific situation was going to work out with what I had to offer. And so we really had to figure out, his specific situation. And, we really hashed things out. And the difference of having someone in your corner is the main reason that he decided to go ahead and join my program. He signed up for 6 months, and to have that big of a commitment is big. I never talked to this guy before. We hopped on a phone call and he realized I was providing a lot of value, and what he told me had really stuck out to me. He told me how he was looking for a trainer, right? And so he was looking around, he was looking at prices, and he was like, wow, like these are pretty pricey. And he's looking per session, right? And he realized that his main goal is weight loss, and none of these, training sessions that were pretty pricey already had included any type of diet help. No meal plans, no visual grocery list, no grocery list in general, no meal examples, no foods that he could make, nothing, no calorie protein targets, nothing. And then there's no accountability. There's no check-ins, there's no calls, there's no daily text, there's nothing. All you do is you pay for someone to count your reps and train you, to just show up and count your reps, and then you just leave. That's it. And so after getting on the call with me for a while, he realized, okay, wow, first of all, your experience, he told me, because you're providing so much value that I can already, he was happy that I wasn't gatekeeping all this information and being weird about it because we hadn't even talked about price yet. We were almost 2 hours in the call and we hadn't even discussed price because he knows that I genuinely care about getting clients results. And he could tell that I was just trying to provide value and really figure out a situation. And then once I realized I could really genuinely help this guy, he qualified for everything that I'm looking for. He's 37 years old. He's super busy. He's working anywhere from 60 all the way to his busiest season, 80, 85 hours a week. Insane hours. He's overweight. His main goal is weight loss. And that is exactly who I help. And so once I realized, all these things, and I got asked questions about his mindset and all these things, I realized that, I can help you. And I went over the things that we covered. And then he was like, wow, it was a no-brainer for him because, like I said, these guys are training you and they're not even adding any type of, diet or meal help and, no accountability. And so when you're trying to lose weight, you could train 7 days per week, 7 days doing cardio and still be overweight and the scale won't even budge if you don't have your diet in check, if you don't have the accountability. And so it's really physically impossible. Forget the accountability. Now, although that is so important, you can't lose weight if your calories are too high. So it's literally impossible. And so the thing is that you can get results. He even said this himself, that, I could get the results. I could get down to my goal weight on my own. But he knows for a fact that it's going to take him so much longer. And there's still that if. He might not. He's never done it before. He's always been overweight his whole life. And so he might not be able to get down to that weight. And so having someone in your corner who's actually done the thing that you're trying to do, and it's helping people in your exact situation, not Mr. I help skinny fat people and people bulk and weight loss and women and athletes. No, I'm like, I help exactly this specific type of person and you fit that category. And so it felt like it really spoke to him. And the main thing is that he's buying the shortcut, the years of trial and error that I did and my clients have done. And so he's buying that time because as you get older, you don't have, all these years to mess around and, try stuff out. You're really trying to figure this thing out. And so, I just thought this video would be very helpful for people that are trying to lose weight, that are looking for, just a trainer or just trying to get into the gym. My client Sergio, for example, he lost 19 pounds in his first month working with me. He hasn't even been in the gym once. And so just by getting the diet locked in, just by getting the steps, daily walking locked in, that's got him results. And so obviously you don't want to do that long term because if you lose a lot of weight and you don't, get stronger and your diet isn't in check, then of course you can be like deflated. You can lose that muscle. And so obviously over time, you want to make sure you're training. But in the beginning, if you're overweight, you definitely do not need to even be in the gym, let alone be overspending on just training alone.